So to kick off 2020, brand new year, brand new decade, we picked a comedy film. That was our chosen genre. Start things off with a laugh. It's always a good way to start a year. And the film that was chosen was Four Lions, written and directed by the British comedian Chris Morris. Uh, and it's about a group of would-be jihadists who want to make a mark on the world, shall we say. What did you think of Four Lions, Con?
Okay, so Four Lions. Here's a film that I had no idea existed. Don't know why. I'm big into comedy, and I like foreign films, especially comedy. I mean, DC recommended a film called Twin Town a couple years back,
That's a great film.
and it was a hilarious movie, fantastic. I mean, we should make that one of the film extras, man, because it was so much fun. But so I'm into, I give everything a shot, and but I was surprised I hadn't heard of this, and even more because of the concept, like you said, jihadist in a
Quite a
comedy.
controversial concept for a
Um,
comedy
yeah,
film.
yeah. Again, a jihadist comedy. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Like you put that on a piece of paper, they're gonna throw the paper in the garbage. But this works well. I think mainly because of the direction to tell the story. Um, I think it was very well balanced. I'm sorry, it was well balanced between the seriousness of the things that were being done and the just the comedy of the characters. Because these guys, man, these guys were more than incompetent, man. These guys um, did. I mean, if they shared like two brain cells between all of them, that'd be a lot.
Yeah, they're
Um,
barely functioning human beings.
Yeah, I was amazed that these guys actually thought that they could pull something like that off, or that the main character Omar would, take say, what, yeah, these are the guys I need to roll with. I mean, I'm watching it, and I'm like, why is this guy relying on these guys to help him out with this?
Mm.
I don't, they don't need they like I feel like they're gonna blow us up before we even get there. That's how I
But I
feel about
think
these guys.
that's the thing with films like this. Like when you're talking about a subject like this, you want to make the people look stupid because we want to mock them and make them like figures for laughter. We don't want to be scared of them. We want them to be stupid people to be laughed at. But also, you do have to take what they're doing seriously. So you have to
Well, well,
mock the person, but you take seriously their actions because they are very serious things they're trying to do.
no, no, and I think that's where kind of like what Omar is. Omar is like
Mm.
the more serious of the two of the crew. Um, he seems to show the most coherence. Because even Barry, he's a little too out there with his ideas. And so I don't think
Well, the
he's like.
character of Barry, he's a convert to Muslim. He's a white British man who has
Yeah, yeah.
converted to Islam. He's already an outsider in the group, so I think that kind of like pushes him to be the more aggressive person because he feels like he doesn't belong with these guys because he is a convert.
And he is, but he's not smart. He's not smart because the guy he recruits, you could tell right away that that guy's not bright. You
Oh
know,
no,
like so that's why I said it. Like while Omar instantly rejects him, I forgot the guy's name already, but he rejects them. But
Hassan, the wannabe
yeah,
rapper.
the wannabe rapper, yeah. So, all right, so how I really felt about the film was that it really had its really funny moments in the sense where it just like you said emphasized how ridiculous and dumb these guys
Yeah.
are. That maybe that's why they buy into this ideology.
Oh,
Maybe
totally.
that's why they believe that some guy has told them, "Hey, if you blow yourself up, you'll be in heaven."
You'll be
While
on the
they
rubber
haven't,
dinghy rapids, bro.
they haven't done it themselves. It's
Yeah.
like if a teacher said to me, "Hey, kill yourself because you'll be in heaven instantly and be there with your God," I would say, "Why haven't you done it?
Yeah, don't you want to be with God?
Like, shouldn't I be reading like a piece of paper that you wrote saying this to me?" because you're, like, so it made me think about that. It made me think, like,
Mm.
when are these guys going to sit there and say, how many of us have blown up and how much has things changed?
Yeah,
Like,
it is a film
can they
that
really?
makes you think, like a comedy
Yeah,
that
yeah,
makes
yeah.
you think,
So,
you know?
I kind of, I liked where, I wasn't, before I started watching, I wasn't thinking about these things. I also kind of felt conflicted about watching it because at some point, their humanity makes me want to root for them to not
Mm.
succeed in their endeavor, but succeed out of their endeavor. Is that a better
Yeah,
way to
to
put it?
wake
I
up
wanted to,
and see like the
exactly,
truth of
exactly,
like what's
like,
actually happening.
right. I kept saying to myself, look, you guys are like living in the first world. You're
Yeah,
not in the cave system. You're not underground. Your wife is not giving birth, in between boulders. She's, you are, out of, kind of a nightmare scenario, and you don't have to follow that stuff anymore, because, you know, you you're not seeing, the blessing already, I mean, for lack of a better word.
and it's not
So,
even that they don't have to be Muslims. Like Omar's brother is in the film, and he's a pacifist, but at the same time, he's like a hardcore. Like he follows like whatever the Old Testament version of Islam is. Like he keeps his wife in not a cupboard. He calls it it's a small
in the
room.
class,
It's not a cupboard. It's a small room.
and those scenes were great, man. When
Yeah,
when they satirize the, some of the more unreasonable mandates
yeah.
in their culture
But that's
against
the
women.
thing. You think that that was the guy who would be all for the jihadi, but he's the pacifist. It's the guy who is embraced like Western culture and lives, his wife has a job and he talks to her and he lets her in the same room with her. You think he would be the guy who is against blowing things up, but it's the other way
Exactly.
round, you know?
And that's where the film, kind of made me think, like, what's Omar's issue? Because,
Mm,
what's Omar's issue? Even his neighbor, embraces him.
I know.
Matt, his neighbor, he's jogging. He says, "Hey, Omar, what's going on?" And even when he sees them carrying the bags, and he says, "What's in the bags?" And Omar says to him, "Oh, they're just soccer kits. We're gonna go.
Yeah,
We're gonna go down to the park." He takes Omar's word for it instantly,
yeah.
and
We see nothing in the
and
film that shows that
right.
Omar has anything to be pissed off
You're not being
against
antagonized,
Western
yeah,
world or anything, you know?
exactly. You're not being antagonized. Like, I think that, and maybe the film didn't want to put that in there, but I think that for me, and for like a few seconds, I felt that the film kind of maybe lacked that. I needed it needed to show me what what really was driving Omar to, want to succeed in this, and
Mm.
but I thought the film was really well put together. The only time I kind of really was angry was when the Heimlich guy, because I felt that that guy shouldn't
Oh
have
yeah,
died. And I know it was
that
played
was
for
funny though.
yeah, it was probably for a dark, laugh, and but I think that's where like the British comedy comes in, where, I think you
We
guys
like our dark
over
humor,
the
dude.
pond, you appreciate that more.
Like
I was like,
honestly,
oh
I
man,
don't think
like,
I could ever see an American film about a bunch of American jihadists who want to like recreate 9/11. That will never happen. Just
well,
because
no,
I
no,
don't think
see,
you don't
well,
have the same sense of humor, really, you know?
no, and so, well, this as I was watching this, it was making me think of the characters in the movie called the Black Klansman,
Yes.
because in that film we get these rednecks, these racist rednecks who really have no reason to be racist, and like
Mm.
Omar, he has no real reason to want to destroy anyone. And on top of that, you're leaving your son behind, and again, I think there was a lot of things in it that were really thought provoking. The comedy was really funny. There were a couple of times where there were some regional jokes that totally went over my head.
Bit of British humor.
Where yeah, where I was like, man, I guess I must know what he's talking about there. But most of the jokes were landed, and I thought that it was you know um, you know I thought it was done really well. The way that each man dies at the end was kind of, again, sad because I felt that they could have,
They could have been redeemed.
yeah, that they could have got out of this whole ideology,
Yeah.
and they don't, and I think it's more because Omar is so driven, and which was kind of disturbed me more than any of the other characters, because I didn't think he was going to go through with it,
There
and he
is
does.
there is a scene early on where you see him at his job. He's like a security guard. He sits watching surveillance cameras all day. And I think the reason, like, it's not a religious thing, why he wants to do this is, I just think he feels like a nobody. He has like this boring job, and he just has, the standard. He has a wife and a kid, and there's nothing special about him. I think he just wants to be a special person, and he probably feels that that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, I guess never really thought of it like that. Because he doesn't show any like any religious indoctrination. He's not going to the mosques. He's not,
Hmm.
I
He
know,
doesn't
I
dress
don't.
like his brother dresses.
Did he even like pray? I didn't even see him pray in the whole movie. Like, does he? I don't even, they
Hmm.
usually are praying to the west, or to the east or whatever. And I don't remember
Where
seeing
Mecca
them.
is.
Yeah, there was no, like I said, I think maybe he just wanted to kill people, but then he doesn't kill anyone. He just kills himself when he goes into the pharmacy.
Yeah.
But again, I thought that it was fun. It was very thought provoking.
The way we're talking
Um,
about it, it probably doesn't sound funny or fun if you've not seen it, but it is a very fun. It's a funny film. It is a comedy.
it's as funny as it can be about jihadists, incompetent jihadists.
Yeah, it's incompetent jihadists. Oh, that's hilarious. It is hilarious. Four Lions is definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely worth the watch. Because it's one of a kind. Let's face it, it's one of a kind, and I don't think you'll ever see anything like that ever made again. I, I, I don't see where you can make anything that would be different or better than that, or
Mm.
in that same spirit, I should say.
Yeah, it does feel like a very one of a kind film. Like you'd be a fool to try and do something similar to this because it probably
Yeah,
wouldn't
like
be as good.
like a sequel or something. But
Yeah.
and I'm sure there's more things in the film than than just the surface things that we touched upon. I personally haven't put up my review yet. I'm still in the middle of my
Same.
thoughts, because there's, like I said, there's a lot about it that I just haven't really dug deep like you have about his brother, and his group. Following this
Mm.
the religion, this the Quran, and being more, following a stricter form, and but I was going to ask, he gets interrogated at the end. I didn't really get that.
I
His
think
brother,
it's just because it's showing that, oh look, he's like a very like strict Muslim. He's probably involved in this because his brother was involved. I think that's more of a critique on like the police force and like racism in the police force. Like, oh look, he keeps he keeps his wife in a very small room, so he's obviously involved in the bombings. I think that's
got you,
what that
got
was
you.
talking about.
Well, no, but yeah, it was a great little film, and I thoroughly enjoyed Four Lions.
Same here.
And
Great
I
start to
look
the year,
forward.
man.
I look forward to the year. Absolutely.
All right, so we're coming to the end of this episode of the podcast. And since Con, you are the master of horror. You are the horror buff, the horror king. You know everything about every horror movie ever made. That's right, isn't it? That's what you said.
Sometimes, and I can't say them at all.
I found this little horror quiz on the internet that I'm going to pose to you. Um, just to give you a little barometer, I'm not the biggest horror film fan in the world. I got 8 out of 12. So to consider yourself a winner, you have to get at least 8. Well, no, let's say you have to beat me. You have to get 9 out of 12 at least. Or
Nine out of 12.
9
Oh
out of
man.
12, or I will
Oh
blow up
man.
this explosive device
Is
situated
that
right
what
by... No, come back here.
is that what
Stand
that
right
is? Is
there.
that what that?
That's what that is. Stand right there.
I was
Stand
wondering why
right
you
there.
had a sticky right here.
Stand right there. I'm going to quiz you.
Okay.
And if you get less than 9 out of 12, I will blow you up. You
I
ready
think
for
the
this?
Lighthouse film has really affected you in a
I looked into
negative
the light, man. I've
way.
gone mad.
I think you looked into the light, yes.
All right, let's go. You
All
ready?
right. I am ready.
All right, here we go. The big horror movie quiz for Con for his life. Question 1. In The Silence of the Lambs, who is Buffalo Bill's victim the daughter of? Here are your choices. A famous actress, a senator, a news anchor, or the president?
Let me get my machete out. Let me see. And I believe she is the daughter of the senator.
Senator, is that your final answer?
I'm going to say yes because I don't
You said
remember that
yes?
one. Yes,
I will say
senator.
this is a question I got correct, and the answer is a senator. You are correct.
Boom.
1 out of 12. Question 2.
Awesome. All right, 1 for 1.
Who is the first person killed by Ghostface in Scream? Is it Gail Weathers, Casey Becker, Tatum Riley, or Sidney Prescott? I got this one wrong, so you could go ahead of me here.
Okay, can you repeat the names again? The choices
Gail
again?
Weathers, Casey
Gail
Becker,
Weathers,
Tatum
Casey,
Riley,
Tatum,
Sidney Prescott.
Casey, Tatum.
Played by Drew
Casey.
Barrymore, famously.
Yeah, no, I remember who. I'm just trying to remember.
Gail Weathers, Casey
No,
Becker, Tatum
Casey
Riley,
Becker,
Sidney
Tatum
Prescott.
Riley.
I'm gonna have to give you
I'm
time
gonna
here. I'm
go
gonna give
with
you 10
I'm
seconds.
gonna go with
10,
I'm gonna go with B.
9.
I'm gonna go with B.
B is
Casey.
Casey Becker. Is that your final answer?
Casey Becker. Yes, I believe she played Casey in the film. I'm trying to remember when she picked up the phone, but because Tatum doesn't sound right. Tatum sounds like Tatum.
Casey,
Yeah,
you don't
I'm
want to
gonna
go
go
with
with
Tatum?
Casey.
You're going to go with Casey.
I'm going with Casey. B. I believe B is the.
That is correct. You're 2 for 2. Question 3. Who does Michael Myers kill as a boy in the first Halloween movie? His sister, his mother, his brother, or his friend? Who does Michael Myers kill as a boy in
As
the
a
first
boy
Halloween movie? At the
in
very
the
start of the
original,
film,
baby.
in the original,
The
start of the
original,
film,
not the Rob Zombie
not the
remake.
Rob Zombie, the original John Carpenter, his sister,
Okay.
his mother, his brother, or his friend?
Okay, this one's easy. So
I'm going to give you a
the
countdown here. 10, 9,
okay, I'm gonna go with A
8,
because
his
A is
sister.
his sister. Yes, his sister was
That
she was combing her hair.
is, oh, given the extras, you're not going to get extra points for that, man. But you are
No,
correct. It
no,
was his sister.
she had just stopped having. She just was having intimate with her
All
boyfriend
right, I
who.
know you know everything about every horror film ever made. Calm down.
No, 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 no.
Number 4. You're 3 for 3. Number 4. What does Heather find in front of the tent after Josh disappears in the Blair Witch Project? What does Heather find in front of the tent after Josh disappears in the Blair Witch Project? A pile of rocks, a stick figure, a bundle of sticks filled with blood and teeth, or a bloody knife? What does
That
Heather
would be
find?
that would be C, my friend. A
Click on that.
bundle
Are you
with
sure?
yes, a bundle with
A bundle of sticks filled with blood and
bundles.
teeth.
Wait, hold on, no, wait. Repeat the question, please.
What does Heather find in front of the tent after Josh disappears in the Blair Witch Project? A pile of rocks, a stick figure, a bundle of sticks filled with blood and teeth, a bloody
Oh,
knife.
hold on. Because
Oh,
now,
here we go.
because she walks out of the tent, does she see the rocks first, and
10,
then sees
9,
the
8,
bundle? Does she walk to
7,
find the bundle?
6,
I don't think the bundle is in
5,
front. Is it the
4,
rocks or the bundle?
3, 2,
I'm
1.
gonna
Give me an
say
answer.
bundle, a bundle of sticks
A
and with
bundle of sticks
blood.
filled with blood and teeth. That's the correct answer. You're 4 for 4. Let's go for number
Yes,
5.
I almost said the rocks because I remember. Oh man, that's brilliant.
What is the name of the camp in Friday the 13th? Camp Moose Lake,
Oh,
Camp
nope.
Crystal Lake, Camp
Yes.
Waziata, or Camp
No way.
Timberlake?
No way. That is Camp Crystal Lake.
Camp
Hold on,
Cri-
hold on. Let me get my
Are you
machete out for
sure?
that one. Hold on.
Friday the
Oh, wait,
13th, are you
wait.
sure?
No, no, I'm not sure yet. Hold on a second. Let me consult a machete here. Let me see.
Let me consult a
Uh,
machete.
I would say Camp Crystal Lake
You know
is
you're
the
right
camp.
about that. You're 5 for 5. Number 6. How does Rachel avoid being killed by Samara in The Ring? She pushes her down the well. She burns the tape. She locks her in the barn attic. She makes a copy of the tape.
That would be D. She makes a copy of the
D,
tape.
you aren't even hesitating on these.
Which
You are correct.
puts her son in danger. Oh, and that's
Oh
the
my
whole
God, 6 for 6,
reason why she
brother.
puts herself in that situation.
We are halfway through, and you are fucking batting a perfect score. Number 7.
Well, I gotta hit 9 or die, man.
Here we go.
This
Here
thing
we
over
go.
here. I got this thing over here, man.
This is where you start to fall down. I can feel it.
I can feel it too as they get harder, right?
How does Bruce Willis's character, Dr. Malcolm Crowe, die in The Sixth Sense? Car accident? Shot by a former patient? Stabbed while getting mugged? Suicide? Bruce Willis's character, Dr. Malcolm Crowe, die in The Sixth Sense. Car accident? Shot by a former patient? Stabbed while getting mugged? Suicide?
Not really a horror film. All right, so
It's scary enough. There are ghosts in it. Calm down.
okay, all right.
It's not my quiz.
No, I know. I'm just being. So, I get some extra time here. All right.
Stop trying to Google it, man.
No, I'm not. I am not doing that. I can assure you that.
A car
what
accident.
is the
Shot
car
by
accident?
a former patient. Stabbed while getting mugged. Or suicide.
In The Sixth Sense, right?
In The Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis, Dr. Malcolm Crowe. How does he die? Tell me now, or you shall die.
I am going to say, as far as my mind recollects, he was shot by a former patient.
Is that your final
was.
answer?
That is my final answer. He was shot by a patient.
You've been most unsure about this one so far. How are you feeling? Confident?
No, but I think that it's visually. I remember that. I don't know why.
See,
That might be a whole different movie.
If you had said suicide, you would be wrong. It's not suicide.
Oh, good, because I didn't think in suicide.
In The Sixth Sense, Dr. Malcolm Crowe, played by Bruce Willis. He was shot by a former patient. You were correct.
Yeah, baby.
You are 7 for 7.
Baby. Yeah, baby. Hey, I was
fact.
like, was that another movie? Yeah, interesting.
That former patient in the tighty whities, you probably have a good picture of him now. Played by Donnie Wahlberg, Marky Mark's brother from the New Kids on the Block.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I will have to look. I will have to remember that next time. I see. I'll look up the clip actually because I didn't even know that was him. Honestly,
Yeah.
first time I'm hearing that.
Question 8.
Wow.
You're batting a perfect game so far. Let's keep it going, baby.
Okay, let's go. I need two
This
more.
is one I got wrong, so
Okay,
no pressure.
I'll pressure.
How does Freddy Krueger kill Rod in A Nightmare on Elm Street? Hangs him with bedsheets, slits his throat, lights him on fire, or cuts him in half while in bed?
What's the character's name?
Rod. How does Freddy kill Rod in A
Okay,
Nightmare
hold
on Elm
on,
Street? The original.
Hold on 1 second, brother. I'm saying one quick call. I'm not gonna look that up. Okay, I'm gonna give you an answer before we go. Is that my final answer? Yes, I'm gonna say Rod was cut in half. If Rod was the one who Johnny Depp played in the original, I'm gonna say he was the one that was cut in half in the bed.
Would you like to hear the answers again? All of the answers.
Yes.
Hangs him with bedsheets, slits his throat, lights him on fire, cuts him in half.
I just don't remember who Rod is, but
Rod. Who's Rod?
Rod had to be Johnny Depp because
Was
when he had a
Johnny
memorable
Depp
death
Rod?
when he gets cut in half.
Is that
When he
Rod?
gets cut in half,
Would
hanging
Johnny
by
Depp
the
say
sheets don't make
Rod?
any sense. And then you have the slit
Slits his
throat. It's
throat
just
and lights
too.
him on fire.
That's too. And light on fire. Why did
Basic
Freddy
bitch.
do
That's
that?
basic bitch.
I'm sticking with my original answer, and I'm going with gets cut in half.
That's what I chose. You're wrong. Johnny Depp was not Rod. He hangs him with bed sheets.
Hangs with bed sheets. Wow, Freddy
You are
Krueger,
7
you're
for
soft.
8.
Now, that just proves why I prefer Jason Voorhees. Jason Voorhees would not strangle someone When you have a weapon, Freddy has a glove. What, did you forget his glove in the glove compartment of the car?
So you got a question wrong. Stop getting salty about it. All right, you're not the big
No,
horror movie expert everyone thought.
No, I don't know. I don't like Freddy for that.
Question 9. All right, you got one wrong. All right, you're still 7 for 8. Let's make it 8 for 9.
That's like Michael Myers.
Get over it. We're on the next question now.
Phone charger, man. Come on.
Con.
Yes.
Question 9.
Yes. It's the lighthouse, man. It's the lighthouse.
What are the children's names in The Others? Sam and Mary, Nicholas and Anne, Benjamin and Sarah, Patrick and Emily. The Others, Nicole Kidman film.
Yes. I'm going to say C. Benjamin and Sarah, I believe.
Benjamin and Sarah. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
Nicholas and Anne, Benjamin and Sarah, Patrick and Emily.
Patrick and Emily sounds good, but no, I'm going with whatever that I said. C. Benjamin.
Benjamin and Sarah.
I'm going with Benjamin and Sarah on this one.
I'm sorry, it's Nicholas and Anne. 2 wrong in a row.
Nicholas and Anne. No,
you're 7 for 9.
No.
There are only 3 questions left. You need to get 2 right.
Hey, I haven't watched it in a long time, man. I watched it when they came out. I love that movie.
All right, man. 10. You need to get this, man. You only got 3 questions. You need 2.
Hey, man. That's before I love movies. Okay.
In both the remake and the original, what type of blood does Carrie get covered in? Pig blood, chicken blood, cat blood, or human blood?
Ooh, man, that sounds
What
really,
type of blood does Carrie get covered in? Pig, chicken, cat, or human?
My final answer, because the machete. I would say pig's blood. Yes, sir.
The right answer. You are up to 8. You are 8 for 10. You need one more.
Oh man, I need one more.
You need one more. 8 for 10. Here we go. Question 11. This is a throwback to a classic. This is a hard one. So no disrespect if you get this wrong.
Okay, good. I don't lose credibility.
No, you don't lose any street cred for this.
No street horror cred.
When is Rosemary's Baby's due date in the film Rosemary's Baby? July the 15th, October the 7th, March the 13th, or June the 28th?
Holy shit.
I know, right?
Okay, all right.
I got this wrong.
Give me the dates again.
Due date in Rosemary's Baby for Rosemary's Baby, July 15th, October 7th, March the 13th, or June 28th? July, October, March, or June? Rosemary's Baby. I can hear you furiously typing away on Google there, man.
I'm not, man. I'm not. Because then that would give you the. If I was doing that, I would have given you the right answer 10 seconds ago. I'm so far on my computer right now.
So this is going to have to be a guess, I think.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what they were wearing when she has this baby. Like, I'm trying to remember, because I know they all show up at the house, and I'm trying to remember what.
This is a film you've seen. That's good.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
You're trying to figure out if it's summer, winter.
Just like the others. That's like if you would have asked me that in the others, I would have been like, "Damn, I love that movie," but I don't remember what they were wearing. All right, so give me the months again. I'm sorry.
July 15th, October the 7th, March the 13th, June the 28th. 10, 9, 8.
One seems 7, so obvious, but
6, 5, 4.
B. What was B? A B.
October
go with
7th.
B.
3, 2.
No, I'm gonna go with March. March 13th.
March 13th.
I don't know why. It's my final answer.
It's your final answer.
That's my final answer, man.
It's the wrong answer. I went March 13th. You were thinking maybe it's a Friday. No, that's the wrong answer. It was June 28th. You are still 8. You still need one more, and we are down to the last question. We could have planned this out better, baby. This is going as well as it could have.
Oh, wait, I forgot we have this sticky.
There's a sticky one, that your life is on the line, brother.
This is it, guys.
Here we go. Oh, question 12. You've got 8. You're level with me so far. This is for the win. This is one I got wrong as well, so you can really show me up here.
Okay. Yeah, great.
In in Alfred Hitchcock's classic film Psycho, how
Oh
much
no.
money? Oh, have you not seen this?
Not since I was.
Uh-oh. You might just know the question now.
Okay,
In
yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock's classic film Psycho, how much money does Marion Crane steal from her employers before fleeing to the Bates Motel? $10,000,
God,
$25,000, $30,000, or $40,000? This was made
God.
in 1960. Just if you want to have an idea of, how much a lot of money
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like.
Well, yeah.
$10,000, $20,000, $30,000, or
God.
$40,000. This is for the win. This is for your life.
This is for my
This
life.
is for your life.
Well,
How
you
much
know
did
what?
Marion
Here.
Crane steal? 10, 25, 30, or 40?
Man.
Down to the wire, baby. What are you going to say?
Wow. Let's see.
10,000, 25,000, 30,000, or 40,000? How much was
Okay,
stolen?
I am going to salute and say 30,000. Final answer.
Your final answer is
Yeah, let
$30,000?
me go stand by my sticky here. I might as well salute
I'm just going to
everyone.
go stand on the other side of the lighthouse here because, Con, I'm sorry, you only tie with me the horror news
That's not
at
a
8 out of
that's not
10.
a
The
that's
answer
not a
was
good sign.
$40,000, not
Oh
$30,000.
no. I
Goodbye,
was
my
gonna say
friend.
40. No.
Goodbye. There he goes. Try and watch some horror films, you fucking noob.
I gotta watch better movies. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed our recap and our review of our Four Lions, which happens to be our movie this month.
Can't wait to
And
see what we get next month.
yeah, yeah, I can't wait to submit those genres. So if you're watching, please throw some genres out there. Doesn't matter what it is.
www.domesticbatterygaming.com.
We'll watch anything. We'll watch anything. Just throw it out there. We'll put it on the wheel. Want to say if this is going to be a great year for film. I mean, look what's the stuff that's already out right now. With, like you mentioned, Parasite earlier. The movie that I'm most looking forward to watching though is what we call Underwater. Lime, have you heard of Underwater? It's
I've
plays
seen the trailer
stars
for it,
Kristen
and I've
Stewart.
actually seen a couple of reviews, and the reviews have been very positive. They actually say that the film is a lot better than they were expecting. So yeah, I always like films sort of set underwater. That's always been a terrifying sort of setting for me. Films like The Abyss by James Cameron was just always terrifying. So yeah,
Yeah,
looking
and,
forward to
and
seeing
it
what
and it
that's about.
actually and it actually goes also with one of our themes from last year, which is it's being called an Aliens Underwater.
Mm. And Aliens is a
So
great film, so more of
yeah,
that.
yeah, we watched it last year, and so well, the only thing I know about the film is that Kristen Stewart is getting praise for
Mm.
her role, and I found it funny, and I just thought of this just now, how Pattinson and her,
I was just gonna say that.
The
The
two
two Twilight
Twilight
leads.
people. I never watched Twilight. I've ignored these
Same.
guys' careers
I've heard
because
it's a big
not
piece
'cause
of shit.
well, I just never followed what they have done because I just never really seen them in anything else except this
Mm.
Twilight, and I never watched that.
Turns out they're
So
both great actors.
they're both. I mean, yeah, from what I'm hearing about her in this role in Underwater and what he just did in The Lighthouse, I mean, it's tremendous, and it's great to see them both.
Whatever happened to that werewolf kid?
Yes, right. So, Lime, what are you looking forward to seeing that's coming up?
Coming out at the end of this month here in the UK, which has already been released in the US over where you are. It's a film called Queen and Slim. It's the first time film from director Melina Matsoukas. I think that's pronounced. Apologies if that's wrong. She was a music video director before this, working with Beyonce and Christina Aguilera. The film stars a newcomer, Jodie Turner-Smith, as Queen, and one of my favorite actors, Daniel Kaluuya, as Slim. And it's basically in the trailer they call it a Black Bonnie and Clyde. Like they're two people out on a first date, and then there's sort of a bad a bad traffic stop with a probably very racist police officer, and then they have to go on the run after that. But just from the trailer alone, it looks so stylish. Yeah, can't wait to see this. It looks great.
Yeah, it's actually on my list also of films to watch in the next coming days.
Hmm.
Because I also heard it was kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde, Thelma and Louise kind of thing, where
Like a
they're
road
just
film on the run from the police.
yeah, yeah. So it's it's I've heard a lot of recommendations from people on like Twitter that know film. So yeah, I look forward to that too. It's gonna be a great year. I am telling everyone, man, start saving money, man, so you can have some kind of streaming service because it's gonna be a great
Yeah.
year
Streaming
for
service,
all
a lot of
genres.
cinema tickets.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to see everything right away, man. That's fantastic.
I can't wait, baby. Bring it on.
So again, thanks for watching. Please continue to check it on the forum. Continue to post, share your reviews with us, and continue to, you know, make this film club as fun as it is.
Cheers.
See ya.